the Center for Integrated Health Solutions.
This is Alex. Just to be real brief because we want to take further questions. Remember, I had suggested early on that we went through a process of requesting applications for new health centers and expanded capacity in existing health centers. On the HRSA side, it would be through the Community Health Center program that would want to partner with a behavioral health organization to establish a community health center site within that behavioral health organization, meeting all of the criteria that a health center has to meet to establish a new site. That's if you wanted to build capacity through the health center program. That would be the way our funding could extend out into the behavioral health community. My thought here is for those who are interested, to start a dialogue with the health centers in your geographic area and talk about those possibilities, and then, as you heard from the examples today, see what fits best for your circumstance.
Good. And then we have a question here for the panelists. If you could speak to the prevalence of people over 60 that are served in your programs. And we'll start, Beth, what's the percentage of older adults in your program?
Sure. At the health center, we serve all ages, and especially our adults with diabetes. We're really working to have not only the behavioralist, but a pharmacist, and get their diabetes under control. So that's where we use probably the most of our behavioral health changes with our over 60 patients.
Okay. And then Carl or Stephanie, your percent of older adults in the program?
Well, this is Carl. We don't have a particularly large percentage of elderly people, but it's increasing without our doing any marketing because of just the demographics of the population we're working with. As we're helping people to live longer who are seriously mentally ill, that population, we're following them, you know, in terms of whatever site that they're in. So we're dealing more with nursing homes again. For years we've been working to try and get people out of nursing homes, and now we're finding we're dealing more with them. But in terms of the general population, it's under 10%.
Okay, and then I have another question here. Kim, if you would take the first shot at this. Are both the primary care physicians and behavioral health providers working in the organization using the same screening instrument? And then what screening instruments are you using as providers? So the question is, are both the mental health and behavioral health and primary care physicians using the same tools, and what are those tools?
Actually, everybody who comes into our agency gets initial screenings